Morning, hello, slightly different start to the video today. If you haven't been here before, my name is Alana and I'm a 30-something Scottish lady. That's where the accent's from. And be prepared for sweary words. There is going to be sweary words because I like swearing quite a lot. This is not the usual way that I start a video, but this one is going to be a little different. So, I decided that I would start, now that it's getting into springtime, and I say that while looking out the window in Scotland and it's very ilfagri. Today, it was bright and sunny at the start of the week and I thought, yay, it's springtime. And then now it's just as fucking grey as ever. But I bought some self-tan stuff and there was a lot of people over on Instagram were like, please do a review, please do a review. That makes it sound like I'm pure heavy, amazing and got hundreds of followers. I don't, but maybe like 5 people, which is quite a lot. So people would message me like, please do a review. So I got some self-tan stuff. I figured we might do a wee series, and I'm gonna do like, you know, the lotiony self-tans, like the ones that's just like a moisturising gradual one. I'm gonna do proper self-tans and we'll see how we get on with this, but this is what this video is gonna be. So that's why you're getting me first thing in the morning looking super duper glam. This one, first of all. Now I've seen, there's a lovely girl called Mary over on Instagram. She's also a Scottish lady. She stays in Edinburgh, I believe, but a beautiful young woman who has suffered with cystic acne and is now on Roaccutane, I want to say. Don't quote me. Go and visit Mary. I will put her Instagram down below. But I've seen her rave about this quite a lot. I've seen lots of people rave about this quite a lot, and it's the Dermaspa from Dove, and it's the Summer Revived. So it's a body lotion with self-tanners for a natural bronze and glow. I got the fair to medium. Now the reason I got the fair to medium was simply because there was no medium to dark. But I am very pale. We have discussed this before, and I have pink undertones. But sometimes with these gradual tanners, I find I probably do need to go the darker one than I do the fair one. But we're gonna give it a bash because this is all there was. I will show you a before and I will show you an after, and what I might do, because I'm night shift for the next few days, I'm gonna show you how it is like day 1, day 2, day 3. That's what I think. And then I will have more self-tanners coming because I actually picked up 2 the other day. And I'll tell you about that one in another video. But that's how we're gonna start today. If you're into that kind of thing, then keep on watching. Alright, so we're looking fabulous. I'm trying to get you as close as I possibly can to a natural skin colour. This is naturally the shade I am. That's about as far back as I can get. This is about the amount of me I can fit you in the frame. It might be a little echoey as well, my apologies, because I'm in the bathroom. So, I put on a sports bra and these are pyjama bottoms, right? Because I thought this is probably the best way to show you what skin colour I am before I put this on, and then I will go in the shower. I obviously will not put this back on once I come out the shower because I feel like this is very tight, so if I put this on once I've like put this on, then that might rub away. But the other reason I thought this might be quite good to do while I'm doing night shifts is because I figured if I'm putting this on and then wearing clothes straight away, then it might irritate and rub on the areas I'm doing it. So if I do it before I go to bed during the daytime, then I get up. I don't know, what do we think? Some nurse pals of mine, they'll put their like proper self-tan, not even just the gradual ones, they put their self-tan on before they come to night shift, and by the morning they're like a lovely golden bronze colour. Loads of people do that, but I just feel like if I've got tight like a brown, or if I've got clothes rubbing against areas, then it's going to wear away on the bits I want it. So I'm going to do it this way instead. Basically put it on in the morning, go to bed, and then in the afternoon when I get up, hopefully I will be a nice golden bronze shade. But this is the beginning, this is the start. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to get in the shower, I will put this on, and I will come back to you and tell you what I think it feels like once I've put it on. So I have put this on now, and I've put my house coat back on, which is fine. But it's nice and loose, you know, loose fitting. What I'm going to say is, first of all, let's talk about the smell, because it's something everybody wants to know. It's very, very nice. It's non-offensive. It's like smidgen fruity. I don't know what it is. It's just there's something a little fruity about it. But very, very nice. It smells a little bit like a holiday scent, but not that kind of coconut holiday scent. But I can imagine this would be like a nice body lotion you would put on if you were on holiday, and it would make you think of you being in the sun, which is nice. It smells like something I can't put my finger on. What I will say though is that I'm going to wait, just hit myself on the chin with that there. I'm going to wait and see. I've also not done my skincare yet, so if I look a little frazzled following my shower, it's because usually I would go straight to do skincare on the face, which I've not done. Just so you know. I will wait and see how it smells when it dries, because I think a lot of self-tans nowadays, whether they're gradual ones or whether they're like just overnight ones or an hour one, they claim this no tan smell, which is true when you are applying it, but then once it actually, what's the word I'm looking for, develops, then it still has the biscuity smell. And I think that you can't get away from that sometimes. So I will let you know how it goes as it dries. But at the moment it's now 10:30 in the morning, and I will come back to you later just before I go to work and let you know if I think it's developed at all, because by that point it'll be 6 hours in-ish. I usually go to work at 6:30, so let's say I'll come back to you about 5. Oh, I should also say that actually the moisturiser itself, helpful, the moisturiser itself went on very nice. It's almost like I don't feel greasy. I don't feel like there's a residue left over in my skin, which is very, very nice. But also it's almost got like that watery oil feeling. It's definitely a cream, like it is definitely like a solid, I don't even see it popping out there. It's definitely a cream, but when I actually started like smearing it on my body, like rubbing it in, it does feel like it's got a kind of watery oil feeling to it, which was very, very nice. And as I say, I do not feel like there's residue or anything like that on my skin, which is lovely. So from that aspect, it's a very nice like body moisturiser if that's what you're wanting to use. I normally use the CeraVe. That's what I've been using absolutely every day since probably about October, August. Oh, let's just say 6 months. Let's just push it out there. But I think this is very nice. I will see how it develops and how I get on with it. As I say, this is a fair to medium skin, so definitely should suit my Paley Wally self, and we'll see how we get on. Hello, so we're back for the day 2 update. Now yesterday I said, oh, I'll come back to you about 5 o'clock once I've put it on and we'll see if it transferred. But honestly, day 1, sorry, I didn't really see much difference that if I came back in here, put on this stuff again, put on my sports bra again, that it would make much difference. I didn't really think it made much difference. But I went to night shift that night, I came in, had a shower, put my self-tan on, blah blah blah, and today is day 2, so this is second application, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't really know. You'll be like, you still look as pale as a ghost, but actually on day 2 I feel like, oh, I think I should say about this as well. So if you haven't been here before, you might be new, I am diabetic and I wear an insulin pump and a Libra on my arm. So just in case you're like, this is the first time I've ever seen this, I've never seen her talk about it before. I have spoken about being diabetic before, but nobody really would have seen this before. So this is me, Libra, that is what it is. Anyway, so back to the self-tan. This is 2 applications basically that I have on now. I'm hoping you can see it, I really do. I think this is really good after second application. I can see it, there's no streaking, there's no obvious areas where I'm like, oh, it's built up and left patchy bits or funny bits. I can really see it on my legs as well. Now Alan, as I've said before, is much more olive skin toned than me. I'm very pale, and you know, he's still going to be darker, but I kind of was like, I'm going the same tone as him as opposed to being a nice see-through pink colour. So it is doing something. This is only second application, as I say. I will continue to do so. What I might do is I'll do it again today. I'm going to jump in the shower now. I'll put it on again today, go to night shift tonight. So once I come back from night shift tomorrow night, I will update you again on the tone then. And then maybe I'll keep using it for a week and I'll check in with you there to let you know if anything has changed. Like if there's any patchiness or if I feel like it's rubbing off in spots. You know how self-tan does that sometimes. But because this is a gradual one, I wondered how that would wear and what would happen. I don't know. If I keep using it, potentially I would think it should just keep doing its job. But we'll see how it goes, right? But at the moment, I'm hoping you can see some difference in the colour of me. I really am. I feel like I can see some difference in the colour of me, if I'm honest with you. And certainly in real life, but I'm hoping you're able to see it there on the camera as well. So far, second application, kind of impressed. I still stand by what I say. I still kind of smell like biscuits. It's not horrific. It's not really, really strong, I'm going to be honest. But especially after you put it on, that kind of, once you just put it on, it smells nice. It smells like it smells when you're putting it on. Nice. But that sweet spot, that kind of maybe 5 to 6 hour mark in when I was on night shift, and I could smell it, like my uniform would maybe waft something into my face, and I was like, oh, I smell like biscuits. Absolutely smell like biscuits. And today, now that I've had a sleep again, it doesn't smell so bad. Like, I don't smell biscuits now. It's quite mild. So I think it does still have that fake tan scent, but not horrifically so. But it definitely is there. I don't think you can get a fake tan without that, I'm going to be honest with you. But that is today's update. I'm just going to swing right back a bit so you can see me full length. There we go. So I think this is probably me the best I can get in at full length. But I do see a colour difference. I do. And again, I'm sorry if it's a little echoey. It's just because, you know, we're in a bathroom. This is fucking real life. What do you want me to do? I'm sorry. Also, feel like today, you'd be thinking, oh, that thick tan, that makes it look slim because you get a tan, you look a little slimmer. It's not. It's because I've just got up out of my bed. So the rolls and stuff haven't yet gathered. The creases that you get throughout the day because you're sitting down, they haven't yet gathered. So it looks like I've got an split tummy, but I don't. It's absolutely still there. Don't worry. That is going to be today's update, and I will come back to you tomorrow and then potentially a week point, because then I will probably have to be able to get this off to try the next one. So come back in. Alright, so we are now here 5 days into this experiment. I thought I would just check in at this point because I know I had said like, well, I'll do day 1, day 2, day 3, but it's got a bit out of hand. But I've put it on pretty much every single day from then until now, and this is where we're at the moment. As I said, I put it on before I was going to night shift, and actually, although I'm looking in my viewfinder, probably thinking I still look as white as a ghost, but on closer inspection, I do actually feel like I have a nice bronzed look. I will pan down and let you see my legs in a moment as well, but I do actually think I look quite bronzed. Like, I do actually have a little bit of colour about me, and I think now, because I'm a good week into it, I'm used to seeing my skin this colour. I'm kind of like, oh, it just looks like normal skin. But actually, as soon as this starts to wear away, I'll be like, oh no, that's right, I'm usually this really nice white, pink, grey colour. I'm a bit more see-through than this, whereas at the moment I look healthy. I think that's how I feel just now. I look healthy. So that is me kind of 5 days in. I'm going to come back to you in a week, maybe 2 weeks, will depend whenever I get around to filming. Always the professional. Yeah, I'll see how I get on maybe a week into it. I'll let you know how it's wearing as well. But so far, so good. I think it's nice as far as a kind of build up tan solution. I actually think it's quite nice. And this, as I said before, is the fair to medium, and I think that's fine for me. I think if I'd went with the darker, it might have gave me more depth of colour, but it also probably would have been a bit noticeable that I was wearing fake tan, whereas this just makes me look like I'm a little bit more healthy. So far, so good. Hello, so we are back again. So we are now 2 weeks into using the Dove Dermaspa Gradual Tanner. Now, I'm hoping you can see me a wee bit better in this light. It is daylight still, so this is proper daylight of what you're seeing of me. If I bring my leg up to the window, it goes lighter. If I stand down here, it goes a little darker. You get the gist of it. But I'm hoping you can see this is like 2 weeks into it. What I will say is, I have not been wearing this absolutely every single day for 2 weeks. I had it on for the first 5 days, and then I kind of just felt like I didn't need any more depth of colour. So I have been mixing it in with the CeraVe, so maybe every second day I've gone between the two of them, because what has happened is, typical of self-tanners basically. Sorry, I feel like now I'm having to duck down so you can actually see me, hold on. Sorry, just bring you up a wee bit so I can actually stand and talk to you. And excuse, because I am about to go in a shower, so I'm like the swish. What has happened is, see, this build up was fine, and the 5 days it was great, and I think I got enough colour for me as a very, very pale person. But see areas like here, for instance, that started to get a little fake tanny looking, and areas like in here where you might sweat, right in between your chest and stuff like that here, that started to break down. It's around the knees, maybe on the elbows, stuff like that, like where you would expect to see it. So it started to get a little bit like that, so I thought, no, I'm not using it, I'll just let it wear off. But the wearing off of it was really nice, and then maybe 2 days after I stopped using it and I was using the CeraVe, I thought, oh, I'll stick this on again. And so I've kind of been like, okay, wore it for 4 days, thought, oh, that's quite nice, I'll leave it, didn't wear it, put on CeraVe, didn't wear it another day, started to wear off a little bit, and I thought, all right, okay, fine. And then I thought after the third day, oh, I'll stick some of that back on again to keep the colour, and the wear of it was very nice. I don't feel at any time I've got patchy, which is very, very good. So it is nice that way, and it's never going to give you that proper full-on self-tan look, but for just a little warmth and a little glow and a little healthy, it's wore down really, really nicely. And I do think it's effective and doesn't get that horrible patchy way. There has been, as I say, areas like in between your clavage and stuff like that. Sorry, we're getting a little personal here. In between areas like that where you maybe sweat during the night, on like little areas like this, maybe it has worn down. But it's not worn down, and then, like, you know, if you didn't exfoliate with a normal tanner, it would look manky. Like, you would look like you've got self-tan on top of self-tan. It doesn't look like that. I put on another layer, and the next morning the area like here where it got a little patchy just looked nice and even. It did. So for that reason I thought this is fucking nice. Now I'm pretty much nearly done with it. I'll probably use it, I'll get a whole, I'll maybe get arms and legs out at twice or a whole body again out at once. So it hasn't lasted a massively long time, but if you were just wanting, as I said at the start, I think if you were building this up, if you already had a tan, which none of us will do because who's going anywhere this year, but if you already had a tan, if you already had a bit of a build up, this would keep that for longer. I think it would be really effective. Yeah, I don't know what, I've really been enjoying this. I probably will buy this again. I thought it was really nice. 200 mils, I can't remember what I paid for it, but I will look at it and I'll put it down below if I can find it. And I thought it was really effective. It's not worn down horribly. I do think, you know, in these areas, in a certain light, it looks a little darker. I don't know if you'll see that there. But on the whole, I don't actually think it looks patchy. It looks like I'm wearing fake tan. It doesn't look awful. Now, I'd said as well, because obviously I wear gloves, you can see the difference in colour. Now, I have not been in work for 3 days now and I have had this on, so I've kind of brought it down a little bit. I'm on annual leave now this week as well, so excellent. But I've brought it down a little bit. So basically it's kind of evened that out a wee bit too, but I still wash my hands after using it. I know you're going to be watching this video like you're still as white as a ghost, ALANNA, but I can assure you, for me, this is colour right here. This is like, I've got a tan. Like, it's amazing. It's nice, especially for this time of year. I don't want to look like I've been abroad for 2 weeks when we've not been anywhere and I live in Scotland. But I think this has worked pretty nicely. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. I think it's really good. Would buy it again. Will try others because obviously this was my first in this series. I've got other ones to try, but yeah, kind of fucking like this. That is my roundup. Think it's good, think it's nice, no funny smells, a little fake tanny, a few hours into it, as I said. So I will use this again today. I think that's my roundup of this being finished up, but I would definitely purchase this again. So far I'm enjoying it. I know, I'm sorry if this is really shit, because you'll be like, you're the same colour as you were. Camera's not fantastic. I don't have the best camera, you know this. I don't have high-tech stuff going on, but I'm hoping you can see a little bit of a difference from me at the start of the video. I really should have just took a before and after photo, shouldn't I? That was a bit fucking stupid. But that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you like this kind of shit, then, you know, maybe I'll put more of it up. Let me know what you think. Do you use this? Otherwise, I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye.